History Uncovered presents Rome's Triumph over Greece, the Rise of a New World Order. Welcome to History Uncovered. Today we journey back in time to an era when the relentless ambition of Rome reshaped the Mediterranean, culminating in the conquest of Greece, a land renowned for its rich legacy of philosophy, art, and democracy. Our story begins in the 3rd century BC, as Rome, once a modest city-state, expanded its reach across the Italian peninsula. As Rome's power grew, so did its ambitions. The Greek world, fragmented into fiercely independent city-states and Hellenistic kingdoms, became the next focal point of Roman interest. Amidst shifting alliances and internal strife, Rome saw an opportunity to assert its dominance. The turning point came during the Macedonian Wars, a series of conflicts that would forever alter the balance of power in the ancient world. Rome's confrontation with King Philip V of Macedon, and later with his successor Perseus, marked a decisive struggle between Roman military might and the once mighty Hellenistic kingdoms. In battles like Cenecephali and Pydna, Rome demonstrated a tactical superiority that not only shattered the armies of Macedon, but also signaled the decline of Greek hegemony. Rome's strategy was as much political as it was military. By exploiting rivalries among the Greek city-states and forging strategic alliances, the Romans gradually isolated their enemies. The decisive blow came with the sack of Corinth in 146 BC, a dramatic event that symbolized the end of Greek resistance and the beginning of a new age under Roman rule. Yet even as the Romans dismantled the political structures of Greece, they found themselves irresistibly drawn to Greek culture. The intellectual and artistic achievements of Greece had long captivated Roman elites, and soon the Romans began to adopt and adapt Greek art, literature, and philosophy. This cultural assimilation not only softened the blow of conquest, but also enriched Rome, setting the stage for the eventual transformation of the Republic into an empire. As we reflect on Rome's conquest of Greece, we see more than a tale of military conquest. It is the story of a profound cultural fusion that laid the groundwork for the development of Western civilization. The legacy of this remarkable transformation continues to influence our world today, reminding us of the enduring power of ideas and the complex interplay between might and enlightenment. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Stay tuned to History Uncovered for more explorations into the pivotal events that have shaped our past and continue to influence our future. You said, "I want a longer story, provide as much details as you can, the protagonists, how they intervene, the dynamic of relationships if possible, until the EMD, etc." Reasoned for a couple of seconds, History Uncovered presents Rome's Triumph over Greece, the Rise of a New World Order. Welcome to History Uncovered. Today we embark on an epic journey through one of the most transformative periods of ancient history, the conquest of Greece by Rome. In this tale, we explore the clash of cultures, the brilliant military strategies, and the complex interplay of alliances and rivalries that forever reshaped the Mediterranean world. Our story begins in the 3rd century BC. Rome, a burgeoning power on the Italian peninsula, had long admired the glories of Greek civilization. However, as Rome expanded its influence, its ambitions grew bolder. The fragmented Greek world, with its independent city-states, thriving academies of philosophy, and powerful Hellenistic kingdoms, presented both an irresistible cultural magnet and a strategic prize. The stage was set for a dramatic encounter between the pragmatic might of Rome and the storied legacy of Greece. The Macedonian Wars and the emergence of protagonists. The catalyst for Rome's intervention in Greece came during the Macedonian Wars. One of the most significant protagonists on the Greek side was King Philip V of Macedon. Ambitious and cunning, Philip sought to extend Macedonian power in the region, even as he formed uneasy alliances with some Greek cities. His efforts, however, soon clashed with Roman interests. In the early conflicts, Roman generals like Publius Decius Mus and Titus Quinctius Flamininus emerged as key figures. Flamininus, in particular, not only showcased exceptional military acumen at battles such as Cenecephali in 197 BC, but also captivated Greek audiences by proclaiming the freedom of the Greeks after his victories. His charismatic diplomacy and respect for Greek culture earned him both admiration and enmity as he navigated the delicate balance between conquest and cultural assimilation. The dynamics of warfare and diplomacy. As Rome's armies advanced, the dynamics of power shifted dramatically. The Greek city-states, long proud of their independence and intellectual achievements, found themselves divided by internal rivalries and external pressures. Rome exploited these fractures masterfully. In a series of calculated maneuvers, Roman envoys forged alliances with disillusioned Greek factions, promising protection and shared prosperity. This political intrigue, where personal ambitions, old grudges, and the lure of Roman patronage intermingled, set the stage for a decisive confrontation. King Philip's ambitions eventually led to conflict with Rome, but his successor, Perseus, would become the final obstacle to Roman dominance in the region. The Battle of Pydna in 168 BC stands as one of the most dramatic episodes in this saga. Roman legions, renowned for their discipline and innovative tactics, confronted the Macedonian phalanx, a formation that had long symbolized Greek military ingenuity. The battle was a brutal, grinding affair. As the Roman soldiers exploited gaps in the phalanx formation, they turned a well-drilled force into a disorganized mass, ultimately crushing the Macedonian army. The outcome was not just a military victory. It signaled the end of Greek political independence and the beginning of a new era. Relationships, rivalries, and the aftermath. But the story of Rome's conquest of Greece is not solely about battles and bloodshed. It is also a tale of relationships and cultural interplay. Despite the military subjugation, the Romans developed a profound respect for Greek art, literature, and philosophy. Many prominent Romans, including statesmen, scholars, and generals, traveled to Athens and other centers of learning. They immersed themselves in Greek culture, adopting its language, emulating its architectural styles, and even reinterpreting its myths to suit Roman ideals. This cultural fusion was not without tension. On one hand, Roman leaders such as Flamininus championed the cause of Greek liberty, portraying themselves as liberators who freed the Greeks from Macedonian tyranny. On the other hand, the harsh realities of conquest, imposed taxes, loss of autonomy, and the transformation of cities into Roman administrative centers fueled resentment among many Greeks. Prominent intellectuals and politicians found themselves caught between admiration for Rome's efficiency and sorrow at the erosion of their traditional way of life. These conflicting emotions reverberated through the corridors of power, influencing everything from literature to local governance. As the dust settled on the battlefield, the fall of Corinth in 146 BC marked the symbolic end of Greek resistance. Rome systematically dismantled the old order, transforming Greece into a province under Roman rule. Yet, even as the mighty walls of Greek independence crumbled, the spirit of Hellenism endured. Greek educators, philosophers, and artists continued to influence Roman society, ensuring that the legacy of Greece would be forever interwoven with the fabric of the Roman world. The enduring legacy. Rome's conquest of Greece was more than a military campaign. It was the beginning of a profound cultural dialogue. The integration of Greek art, science, and philosophy into Roman life laid the foundations for Western civilization. While Rome had imposed its power, it also inherited and perpetuated the intellectual heritage of Greece. This unique synthesis gave rise to the Renaissance centuries later, when the rediscovery of Greek thought ignited a cultural rebirth that would shape modern Europe. Today, the echoes of these ancient struggles and alliances still resonate. The story of Rome's triumph over Greece reminds us that history is a tapestry of conflict and collaboration, conquest and culture, a saga where empires rise and fall, but the ideas that shape our world remain eternal. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth exploration of how Rome conquered Greece. Stay tuned to History Uncovered as we continue to peel back the layers of our past and reveal the complex, fascinating stories that have defined human civilization.